WTF is this shit? Stop spamming me with garbage. What's putting you off from doing the things you really want to do in your life? Are you worried about what other people might say? I got this email the other day. WTF is this shit? Stop spamming me with garbage. Lovely. Yes, this is exactly the sort of encouragement this self-employed artist needs to read first thing in the morning. Thank you. Thanks for that email. Let me set the scene. It's Wednesday morning. My alarm goes off. Light glowing, birds tweeting. I sit up, sip some water and swing my legs out from under the warm covers. I really want to keep snoozing, but I have things to do. I get out of bed and shuffle downstairs. My motivation to do an exercise video in the living room lasts for just about as long as it takes me to get to the kitchen. Instead, I reach for my distraction device, the shiny slab of plastic and metal that always twinkles with such promise. I haven't kept my phone in my bedroom for years, but lately I've been picking it up earlier and earlier in the mornings, and I'm about to regret it. I cycle around the usual apps: YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and email. I sent a message to my mailing list last night, and occasionally people write back to say hello. I really love that. WTF. I don't recognise this person's name. We haven't chatted before, but somehow he's managed to peek inside my mind and gather the precise collection of words with the potential to hurt me the most, to cut to the very core of my being and ruin my day, my week, or maybe even longer. WTF is this shit? It's everything I've spent time worrying about and pushing through over years of making and sharing music, written down clear as day and oh so casually. Aside from someone being plain cruel or offensive about my appearance or my music, these are the worst words I could be sent, perfectly encapsulating the inner critic, one day this will all come crashing down around my ears, I'm just a fraud waiting to be found out fears that I carry around daily. The feeling I have before I press send on an email to my mailing list, the one that creeps in sometimes when I'm writing a song or shooting a video. Yes, even this one. WTF is this shit? I can't help but note the writer's confusion at the shit I am sending. He can't even work out what it is. What even is it? WTF is this shit? Stop spamming me with garbage. That word, garbage, summing up the entirety of my output as a human. Useless, devoid of substance, discarded, thrown out. Smelly, perhaps? Stop. An unequivocal instruction, perhaps even a plea. Something is being done to this person against their will. Stop. Spamming, the antithesis of sharing. A continued, uninvited assault. This person feels like they're being pelted with garbage. I stand barefoot and bleary-eyed, looking at the words on the little screen, allowing them to echo around my brain. WTF is this shit? I'm waiting to feel something. Hot tears flushing my eyes, a hard, tight ball in my stomach, a black tidal wave rising, threatening to crash. These are the feelings I usually experience when I say these sorts of words to myself. But this morning, I feel nothing. Genuinely, nothing. I exhale. I put my phone face down on the kitchen table. I turn to make coffee. Over a span of about 15 years, from my early 20s to my mid-30s, I received 4 very long, very detailed emails from people who had decided everything I did was an offence to them in some way. People I knew. 2 friends, 1 work colleague, and 1 family member. It's an odd thing to read about yourself through somebody else's eyes, especially when there's someone you care about and they've decided they don't like you anymore. A character assassination. An unflattering, distorted portrait based on the writer's perception of things you've done and said, choices you've made that apparently affected them negatively, a list of grievances, all the ways you hurt them, simply by being yourself. It's upsetting, of course. Each time this happens, after getting over the initial shock of a loved one turning on me, I comb through the message again with as objective an eye as possible, comparing their version of me with the one I know from the inside out, checking to see if I feel okay with what I did and said to them, searching for truth amidst the fiction. I'm not perfect, and I'm always willing to admit when I've done something wrong. But when you read something that's so far away from your reality, from your actions, and from your intentions, those words say more about the person writing than they do about you. I'm not for everyone, personally, professionally, or artistically. Neither are you. And that's okay. We couldn't possibly cater for all tastes and requirements without becoming some sort of sad, vanilla swill, and I'm not up for that. I can't please everyone, and I'm not trying to. I like to keep this quote from Bill Widener via Theodore Roosevelt in mind. Do what you can, with what you've got, where you are. My music could be the finest example of a cherry that there ever was. The perfect colour, texture, and amount of juice. But there will always be people who don't like cherries. It doesn't mean that I should stop trying hard to make the best cherries possible, and it doesn't mean they're wrong to hate cherries. My mission is not to please strangers, but to be the most honestly me I possibly can, and to encourage others to do the same, if they want to. WTF is this shit? Stop spamming me with garbage. The person who wrote that charming email has every right to dislike cherries, dislike my music, dislike me. It doesn't mean what I'm doing is wrong. If I can examine what I make and how I share it and feel good about that, then that email just shows this person is not for me. They didn't have to be so f***ing rude about it though. If you'd like to get in on this garbage spam action, check the link in the description box below for my mailing list, and I will send you some free songs and stories to get you started. Thank you for watching this video. Next, YouTube thinks you'll like this one, and I think you might like this one. WTF is this shit? Stop spamming me with garbage. WTF is this shit? Stop spamming me with garbage. WTF is this shit? Stop spamming me with garbage.